Hey guys, welcome back to Toy Squad, and on this episode we're going to be looking at the brand new Star Wars The Black Series, The Book of Boba Fett, Throne Room Boba Fett action figure. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and like I said before, today we're going to be looking at this brand new Black Series Boba Fett figure based on his appearance in the Book of Boba Fett from earlier in the year. Now I know the release date on this guy wasn't supposed to be for another couple months, either June or July as I recall, but lo and behold, I got a Twitter notification over the weekend that he was available in the next town over at my Walmart. So I looked at my app and went ahead and did a pickup order, and here we have a brand new Boba Fett figure. I know supply chain issues and the pandemic in general have been really tough on Hasbro and getting their figures into stores for us to buy. So it was a really nice surprise to have a figure come out way before its release date. I know it's been kind of the Wild West lately, especially with the release of those new Thor Love and Thunder figures that just showed up out of nowhere in Walmarts even before they were announced. So at least maybe things are starting to turn around a little and we'll get some nice surprises instead of empty store shelves, which is what we've kind of gotten in the last year. All right, guys, so without further ado, why don't we take a look at this guy and find out if this is the Book of Boba Fett figure you've been looking for. Guys, unfortunately for the purposes of this review, I wasn't able to wait to get this guy out of the package. As soon as I got my hands on him, I pretty much took a picture for posterity and posted it on Twitter, and then went ahead and got this guy out as soon as possible. So really, you're just going to have to imagine what he looks like in the box. The box itself is very nice as usual. This is the Star Wars Black Series Deluxe packaging. You've got the logos down here, name of the figure, and then you've got a really nice picture of Boba Fett as he appears in the show. More names down here. You've got Boba Fett's information. You can read it there if you'd like. Legalese. And that's about it as far as this packaging. So I thought the easiest way to discuss the design of this figure would be to compare it to the previous release, which was of the Deluxe Return of the Jedi Boba Fett that came out not too long ago. Alright guys, so I know a lot of people like to get on Hasbro for reusing parts and just doing repaints and putting it in a new package and sending it out and charging us more money. But I'm actually really impressed, looking at this older figure, how much new molded plastic we've got on this this new Boba Fett. The helmets are obviously the same, just repainted, though this one on the old figure, the helmet didn't come off. Though I have heard there is a Tamora Morrison head underneath that helmet. The gauntlets seem to be the same pieces, and the jetpacks are a repaint. Other than that, you got a lot of brand new molds for this figure. So obviously between these two figures, you've got brand new legs, both upper and lower portions here. There's a new arm design here. Even the blasters, which I assumed were just going to be the same blaster used, appear to be a brand new mold. Plus this new figure has a holster for a sidearm and a brand new belt, which is a really cool design. If I was really going to call out Hasbro on anything, is that the paint apps aren't nearly as impressive as they are in the older figure. Obviously things like the gauntlet here is just a flat piece of plastic, though in the show those gauntlets are a lot cleaner looking. So, you know, what do you do? But really, this is an impressive piece. Even the hands, which I expected to be a reuse, are a brand new design. So, while, yeah, I expected Hasbro to be a little lazy on this one where they could, they've actually really surprised me with this figure and done a lot new design work for it. So initially when this figure was announced, I was kind of worried about articulation, mostly in the legs, because of the design choices I knew Hasbro was going to have to make. Because of the, in story, how Boba Fett had integrated his Tusken Raider robes into his new outfit. So I didn't know exactly how they were going to pull this off. Turns out, pretty successfully. I don't think this design is earth-shatteringly ugly. Now, I don't like how, the thigh cut here breaks up the design of the leg and how that's supposed to lay. But, it works. The cut here for the knee, you've got a single jointed knee, isn't too bad. You've got swivel here in the calf, and okay articulation in his ankle. You've got waist cut, and his arms are also single articulation. You got the ball joint here. It's very similar to the older Boba Fett as far as that goes, but the range isn't awful. You can get almost 90 degrees here. In his, you can get 360 swivel here in his shoulder joint. It goes up to about there. I really like how they did this design, actually, how it's not attached to the thing, but it doesn't come out very far. It's not, I know previous Boba Fett figures have had some problems with those little shoulder pads. Obviously, the helmet comes off. You got swivel here in his antenna. Then you've got, he looks down pretty good. Goes up not very far. And not a ton of swivel in that neck. But overall, pretty satisfying, about what you'd expect. The legs, they are what they are. Like I said, you don't get a huge range of motion in those legs, but they're also kind of stuck with the design of the character. And I think probably cloth goods were going to be pretty cost prohibitive. So Hasbro did the best they could do. Alright, so with this last category, I feel like this is where Hasbro is going to run into some complaints. Because compared to this previous Boba Fett release, where you got several blasters, you got the blaster that got cut in half, his jetpack, you got the line he used to capture Luke Skywalker with, and his various flame accessories. You felt like you got a lot in the package for the $30 price tag, $30 plus price tag with that deluxe figure. With this deluxe figure, feels like you get less. His helmet does detach, so there's that. But in addition, you get the jetpack, you get his blaster, and then you get his sidearm. And that's it as far as accessories go. Which, in comparison to the previous release, does feel a little light. I will say, if you do have the flame effect from the previous Boba Fett release, it still works on this one because they used the same gauntlets. So that's a bonus, I guess. But unfortunately, it does not come with this figure like it did the previous one. Alright guys, so the bottom line is here. I was never not going to buy this figure. I'm a diehard Star Wars fan. I'm a diehard Black Series collector. And I love Boba Fett. So this really seemed like a no-brainer for me. Now, as far as you guys buying the figure, whether you want to or not, I'll admit it feels a little lighter. As far as the accessories go, especially compared to the previous Boba Fett. If, knowing that you're going to have to pay the deluxe price for this figure. But I think in the end, it's still a pretty good figure from Hasbro. They made certain design choices that I'm not super happy with, but I know we're a necessity where things like cloth goods really weren't ever going to happen. And I think if you're just looking at this figure on a shelf, it looks pretty cool. So, all right. Until next time, if you guys haven't been here before, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.